Section 99, Childhood's Favorites and Fairy Stories. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Chris C. Childhood's Favorites and Fairy Stories by various authors. Section 99. The Wind in a Frock. The wind one morning sprang up from sleep, saying, "Now for a frolic, now for a leap, now for a madcap galloping chase. I'll make a commotion in every place." So it swept with a bustle right through a great town, creaking the signs and scattering down shutters and whisking with merciless squalls old women's bonnets and gingerbread stalls. There never was heard a much lustier shout, as the apples and oranges tumbled about, and the urchins that stand with their thievish eyes forever on watch ran off each with a prize. Then away to the fields it went blustering and humming, and the cattle all wondered whatever was coming. It plucked by their tails the grave matronly cows, and tossed and the colts' manes all about their brows, till, offended at such a familiar salute, they all turned their backs and stood silently mute. So on it went, capering and playing its pranks, whistling with reeds on the broad river banks, puffing the birds as they sat on the spray, or a traveller grave on the king's highway. It was not too nice to bustle the bags of the beggar and flutter his dirty rags. 'Twas so bold that it feared not to play its joke with the doctor's wig and the gentleman's cloak. Through the forest it roared and cried gaily, "Now, you sturdy old oaks, I'll make you bow." And it made them bow without more ado, or it cracked their great branches through and through. Then it rushed like a monster o'er cottage and farm, striking their inmates with sudden alarm, and they ran out like bees in a midsummer's swarm. There were dames with their kerchiefs tied over their caps to see if their poultry were free from mishaps. The turkeys they gobbled, the geese screamed aloud, and the hens crept to roost in a terrified crowd. There was rearing of ladders and logs laying on, where the thatch from the roof threatened soon to be gone. But the wind had passed on, and had met in a lane with a schoolboy who panted and struggled in vain. For it tossed him and twirled him, then passed, and he stood with his hat in a pool and his shoe in the mud. William Howitt. End of section 99.